Thank you, Chair. My name is Charles P., Office of the Auditor General, Garissa Regional Office.
Good morning, Chair, Honorable Senators, Your Excellency and your team. My name is Constance Wasika from the Office of the Control of Budget.
Morning, Chair, Honorable Members. I'm Dr. Jackson Dunga from the Regional Treasury. Thank you.
Chairman, Honorable Members, Excellency Governor Patrick Inoti from the EACC. Thank you.
All right, I think now we can give the Governor and the team from Wajir. Governor, if you can lead the introductions.
Thank you very much, Chair. And good morning to you and the Honorable Senators. Chair, I have a huge team here because they're handling different funds. So I'll introduce myself and all of them, and then as and when one fund is being discussed, maybe the rest can wait outside if that's okay. But my name is FCP Ahmed Abdullahi, Governor of Wajir County.
Chair, good morning. My name is CPA Mohamed Hussein. I'm the CC Finance Economic Planning, Wajir County.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Haromar Hussein Ibrahim, Municipal Manager, Wajir Municipality.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Khalifa Abdi Ali, CEC Executive Office of the Government, Special Program, Public Administration and Decentralized Unit.
Good morning. I'm Mohamed Guhad, Chief Officer, Environment, Energy and Climate Change.
Good morning. My name is Rabbi Ahmed, Managing Director, Wajir Water and Sewage Company.
Good morning. My name is FCP Hussein Ali, Director Accounting Services, Wajir County.
Good morning, everyone. My name is CPA, CCML, CSGIM, CCES Ahmed Hussein, Chief Officer for Economic Planning, County Government of Wajir. Thank you.
Abdulkadir Hussein, I'm the County Director for Disaster Management and Special Programs.
Good morning. My name is Adam Bilo, Department of Environment and Climate Change. Morning, I'm Adam Bilo, Accountant, Department of Environment and Climate Change.
Good morning, my name is Khalifa Bey Hussein, Assistant Director, Supply Chain Management.
Morning, Isa Abdullah, Fund Administrator of Wajir County Bursary Fund.
Good morning, I'm Habiba Hussein, Chief Officer, Education and Early Childhood.
Good morning, my name is Asiat Ado, Accountant, Wajir House.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Habiba Ali. I'm the CSC for Environment, Energy and Climate Change.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Fardosa Mohammed, the County Chief Officer for Medical and Rehabilitative Services, Wajir County. Good morning. My name is Ahabongure, Accountant, Wajir. Good morning. My name is Ahabongure, Accountant, Wajir.
All right, we can go to the administration of oath and tabling of documents.
Sure. Maybe before we go there, for
right.
purposes of understanding the quality and depth of the response by the governor, I've noticed there's FCPA governor, but I want clarity on those CSA something. Maybe you can tell us what it means in full so that we appreciate the context within which they will respond to our questions. Chair.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning once again. Like I said earlier, I am CPA. Of course, it's a non-title. The other titles, CCML is Chartered Carbon Management Leader. CESGIM is Chartered Environmental, Social and Governance Expert. CCES is Chartered Circular Economy Specialist. It's all about carbon, climate change, and where the world is going. Thank you.
Right? You satisfied? All right. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead with the administration of oath and tabling of documents, Governor.
Thank you. Chair, except the CPA, even me, I was floating, I didn't know what the rest meant, so. Bismillah. I, Ahmed Abdullahi, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Honorable Chair, I hereby table the following documents: management responses and accompanying annexures for financial year 2024-2025 on 1 Wajir County Water and Sewerage Company Limited, 2 Wajir County Referral Hospital, 3 Wajir County Bursary Fund, 4 Wajir County Climate Change Fund, and 5 Wajir County Disaster Management Fund, and 6 Wajir Municipality. Thank you.
All right. And because of the limited space, we can begin with 2 agencies, Wajir Municipality and Wajir Water and Sewage Company. If those 2 can fit in, if they don't, then we can have the municipality first. Meanwhile, auditor, if you can confirm receipt of documents, if they were on time, and if you're ready for us to proceed.
Thank you, Chair. We did receive the documents in good time, and we had time to go through them, and we also prepared some briefs. So we can proceed with this meeting.
Office of the Clerk.
Chair, I confirm the Office of the Clerk received the documents in time. We are ready from our side.
All right. Well, auditor, let us begin from Wajir Municipality. And if you can start from the substantive issues, particularly issues that have not been addressed.
Thank you, Chair. We are in Wajir Municipality, and that is 2024-2025. The opinion was qualified. And let me go straight to the issues which are not being addressed. The issue number 2, the issue on unsupported property, plant and equipment. And within this, the main issue is the value of the land in which municipal buildings sits was not disclosed in the financial statements.
All right, Governor, if you can lead the management's response.
Thank you, Chair. With respect to the unsupported property, plant and equipment balance query that was raised, Madam Chair, the management is in the process of surveying the land in which the municipality sits on, and in Annex 2, we have a letter by the manager to the Chief Officer for Lands to carry out the survey. So it's work in progress.
Auditor, are you satisfied with that response?
Thank you, Chairman. We understand the fact that this is a process which is work in progress, but we left it for the committee to give a guidance on the same.
All right, members. I can see members are still struggling to locate where the responses are. Yes, Senator Kisang.
Chair, the governor said it is work in progress. It's also good to know, there has to be some time limit. How much time does the governor think this will take so that the municipality can have a title on the property the building is on? Because I believe between himself and Minister of Lands, he should be able to tell us how long it will take.
Thank you. Madam Chair, as noted by Senator, this process partly depends on us and partly it depends on the National Land Commission and other players, Ministry of Lands. In fact, even for the residents of the town, where we actually did the initial survey at our cost for over 13,000 plots, we're still struggling to get the titles from Ministry of Lands. We've gotten a couple hundreds. So we'll try our best, but I can't really pin a time frame on it because after we've done our part, we don't know how much time it will take for the other side to complete their processes. But we'll do our best, and I'm hoping that before the next audit, we will have consummated this process. Thank you.
Chair, the reason why I was saying that, Minister of Lands are very notorious, and National Land Commission, as the Chair of Council of Governors, you need to put a lot of effort, and also maybe in your own council, to call them, because we have problems everywhere, even in Elgeyo-Marakwet County, where after doing a dedication, they stay forever. And the residents of Wajir, they need their titles. They can't access loans without a proper documentation of the property they have. So this is something that maybe you need to also push as a council, so that before your term comes to an end, you'll avail to your people.
Noted and most obliged, Senator.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I began by noting the titles these officers from Wajir have. And I want to deconstruct those titles one by one, Chair. Chair, I'm reading a response dated 16th January 2026. I hope, Governor, you have another response to this audit query. Is it the same document I'm referring to, Governor? You are making reference to annexures. I think annexure 1 all the way to annexure 7, but my document has no single annexure with me, unless you have from your end, but I have not seen the annexures. Secondly, Chair, this question is not a new one in this committee, Chair. This audit query has been reappearing in many counties, but I have a problem to the responses given by governors, especially this governor from Wajir County, noting that he is the chair of COG. That response, Chair, to me is very vague and very casual. It is actually a response aimed at, it is skewed towards pleasing this committee, Chair, in the manner that they are doing something over this issue. But you see, when you are attaching as an annexure, just being a letter from the manager to the CCO in charge of land, that is not demonstrable, practical, tangible solutions towards getting titling for this property. Chair, I would expect a response in the manner of the CCO or the CC has written to NLC, communication between those who are in charge of demarcating this land, rather than just a small letter from the manager to the CCO just to please us that you're doing something about it. Maybe when you walk out of this door, there's nothing else you'll do. So, Governor, we want a response that clearly demonstrates the goodwill from you and practical steps that you're taking as a governor and as a county in making sure you secure this property. Otherwise, that response to me doesn't really sit well with this committee. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, you have something to say about that?
None, Chair.
All right. So, Auditor, can we proceed to the next question?
Thank you, Chairman.
I was looking at number 3 and number 4, the over-reliance on transfers from county government and also the failure to execute functions provided in the municipal charter. This touch on the autonomy, on the issues of autonomy, the independence of the municipality. So if you can handle both.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I wanted also to request.
Okay.
So I again want to point out that there is the issue that one on the over-reliance on transfers from the county government, where the main issue is that the municipality is being financed solely through the allocations from the county government, rather than generating its own revenue as provided under Section 172A of the Public Finance Management Act. The management of the municipality did a response.
Auditor, I realize your voice is a little low, so if you can have the mic closer to yourself. Yeah.
Again, we got the response from the management of the municipality, and we again felt that it is good if this Senate committee can give guidance.
Auditor, let's still maybe guide you a little further.
Yes.
If you can read your query.
Yes.
On both. Okay. And then we let the governor go through his responses officially. Then now we can sum it up.
Thank you, Chair. Over-reliance on transfers from the county government. You see, the statement of finance performance reflects a total revenue of Kenya shillings 326,528,885. Included in this amount are salaries, goods, works, and services relating to Wajir municipality, totaling to Kenya shillings 199,460,538, which were paid by the county executive of Wajir. This indicates that the municipality was financed solely through the allocations of the county government, rather than generating its own revenue as provided under Section 172A of Public Finance Management Act 2012. These sections mandate municipalities to generate revenue from sources such as rates, fees, levies, charges, and other revenue-raising measures. In circumstances, the sustainability of services and delivery may not be guaranteed due to over-reliance on allocations from the county government. We go to the other issue. The title is Failure to Execute Functions Provided in the Municipality Charter. Paragraph 2.31 of the Wajir Municipal Charter outlines the functions to be executed by the municipality. These include construction and maintenance of urban lawns and associated infrastructure, construction and maintenance of storm drainage and flood controls, construction and maintenance of street lighting, construction, maintenance and regulation of municipal markets and habitats and promotions, regulations and provisions of municipal sports and cultural activities, among others. However, these functions were executed by the county executive of Wajir. The statement of performance against predetermined objectives indicate that the municipality was already engaged in programs related to solid waste management and street lighting. In the circumstances, executions of functions assigned to the municipality by the county executive may result in duplication of effort, leading to inefficient use of public resources. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Governor. If you can take us through the management response.
Chair, on audit query number 3, over-reliance on transfers from county government. During the year under review, the municipality was still operationalizing on-source revenue streams. Measures are underway to implement revenue streams such as market fees, parking levies, and advertisement charges in line with PFM Act Section 172A. On failure to execute functions provided in the municipal charter, Madam Chair, our response is the municipality commenced implementation of some of these functions as approved in the Gazette Notice number 6474 dated 1st of July 2019. Management affirms its commitment to progressively implement the remaining functions as stipulated in the municipality charter in line with the devolved governance framework. Madam Chair, if I may expound on this. The issue being raised is not so much these functions are not being carried out, it's the overlap between the respective departments of the executive and the municipality. So if I get it, the auditor is proposing that these functions are solely carried out by the municipality. So there is a bit of an overlap between, say, what the roads department does within the municipality and what the municipality ought to be doing. A year ago, when we came before this guest house, the expenditure side was still with the executive. We have now released the entire expenditure side to the municipality. So they get their budget, they plan for it, and they do their work. But the on-source revenue and a few of the major functions, such as tarmacking of roads, because the engineers are still with the roads department, there is that overlap. But even with that overlap, whenever something is being done within the 4-mile radius of the town where the municipality covers, there is a consultation process between the executive and the municipality. And the municipality itself also, in administrative line-wise, comes under the minister or CEC for lands and urban development. So this is the overlap that the auditor is trying to address, not so much that the work is not being done. On the finance side, the on-source revenue, because it's the municipality that generates most of the revenue for the county, there's also a bit of overlap between the revenue department, which is in finance, and the municipality. So they have to work together. But hopefully we'll get to a day when the municipality will do its own on-source and do everything within the 4-mile radius. But I would like to say it's a process. Thank you.
All right. Auditor, just before I give you, let's get the auditor's position.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe on the issue of the first query on revenue collection, maybe the governor can confirm if the municipality has accounts which have been opened to receive the revenue, because then that would be the first step if there is work towards achieving that. And then on the other question on the municipal charter, which is attached to the appendix, there are clear functions outlined to be undertaken by the municipality. If this was given in 2019, then maybe the question may be why then has the municipality taken so long to undertake these functions as gazetted by the governor then, 2019. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, if you can respond to the two issues.
Chair, our revenue collection is still centralized at the revenue department, except for facility improvement funds at the hospital. Because with the enactment and operationalization of the facility improvement fund, there is now a level of autonomy for the hospitals to collect their own funds. But it still has to be reported for reporting purposes as part of the overall ONSOS revenue or total revenue for the county. The rest of the revenue, whether from the municipality or from livestock or from markets or from hire of tractors, for instance, in the agriculture department, is all under the revenue department, which comes under the CEC for finance. And it's got to do with how we found it and the process of transitioning, because the thinking in the Municipality Act and the requirement of the auditor is that the municipality becomes a somewhat autonomous level of government to run its own affairs within the municipality. We are here together. But as I said, on the expenditure side, the municipal manager is sitting on my right. He can confirm that we now give him his budget to do what he has to do with respect to his operations. On the revenue side, we are still somewhat centralized, save for the hospitals. We will work towards decentralizing that further. Thank you.
Before I give members, I think let me just go to the municipal manager instead of the governor. Municipal manager, the question that Mr. Gashonja has asked is very clear. Do you have an account as a municipality?
Madam Chair, for the revenue, His Excellency the Governor has elaborated more on that one. For the functions, if you look at the municipal charter, we are not only concentrated on street lighting and garbage collection, but we have promotion of regulation and provision of refuse collection and solid waste management services, construction and maintenance of storm drainage and floods, construction and maintenance of street lighting.
Chair, I think the question is straightforward.
Yes,
Can the manager respond? Do you have an account?
Not your personal account.
Yes.
The municipality's account.
Municipality's account. Do you have?
For expenditure, yes. For revenue, not yet. We are in the process.
Chair.
Madam Chair, we don't have, but we're in the process.
All right. Now, let me give the Senator of Wajir, then I'll let you take the.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to tell you that Wajir County Council, what used to all one, the municipality, Wajir County Council used to act independently on its own before the onset of the devolution. One thing I want to know from the governor is why it has taken too long to see that the municipality operates independently. Because it has its own board in place, I presume so. And for sure, I know the county councils actually, the municipality now is under management of the county government. It is not independent totally. And it's now 13 years since the onset of the revolution has come. So what is the explanation? Besides that, do you have any agreement signed between, or memoranda, between the executive and the municipality in place. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, if you can respond to your senator.
Madam Chair, the county council will not be a good comparison because the council was not even able to pay the salaries of councillors, and my senator knows that. Every time when they leave after 5 years, they would leave without their salary being paid. And the municipality does not currently generate sufficient revenue, much as that revenue is lumped together as on-source revenue, as I said, save except for the hospitals, to meet its own costs. And this is a devolved function. So we are the ones as executive supporting by an allocation. I would want also to get to a point where the municipality is able to generate its own on-source revenue to meet its own costs. But I wouldn't want to take the municipality to where the county council was. Thank you.
Chair,
Right.
what information, Chair? Chair, what the governor is saying is not true story. Wajir Council used to collect enough revenue, have been used to loan to other councils in the Kibia and also places to go to answer those places. Of course, it's true, there's a corruption that was at least affected the county council. But Wajir County Council used to collect its own revenue, and they used to have even surplus fund to loan to other county councils in the past. But of course, because of mismanagement and because of corruption, of course, and since politics has come in, and then there were so many councillors that they had appointed, like 6 councillors has been elected, they were not able to meet the demands. However, with good management, I'm sure Wajir municipality can be able to generate its own funds. Thank you.
All right, Senator Agnes.
Chair, this is a big...
One other thing I have not been answered is, was there any memorandum on Sunday that was signed so far?
All right.
On how these two institutions will work together?
Governor, do you have a memorandum?
Chair, on when Wajir County Council was making money, I hear they used to make money in the 60s. I was not born in the 60s, so I'll not know. Probably the senator was around then. But for as long as I've been mature to understand how county council works, the county council has not made money. 2, we don't have a memorandum because we, honestly, first of all, even this municipality became a municipality under the county government. There was no municipality before the county government. Wajir never ever used to get money from Kura. So I'm the one who formed the municipality in my first term. So I believe the municipality, much as it's semi-autonomous, is an integral part of the county government. It's not another government. It's not another government, but it's a semi-autonomous level. So that I have, formed a municipality. The municipality is carrying out services. I'm giving it sufficient budget to cover its cost. Should be a plus, yeah.
Before I give Senator Kavindu, may I allow Senator Amida to go and record?
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, Chair, Governor. Karibu sana. My name is Senator Hamida Kibwana, member of this committee. My apologies, Chair. I had to do other tasks before. Thank you.
All right, Agnes.
Yeah, Chair. This is an issue with almost all the counties. But I would like Governor and his team to hear what the law says. I know they know it, but I ask our legal to read the law about municipality. And because law has to be followed.
Good.
Thank you, Chair.
So that chair, even as the governor, because he's the chair of COG, he sits with them, they come up with a strategy of how they are going to sort out this issue, because it is across all the counties. They don't want to let go, but there must be a way of them letting go, so that, and also sharing, you know, the revenue with the municipalities, but they have to let go. And municipalities must have their accounts.
As we legal, are you ready? Yes. Oh, okay. All right, proceed.
Okay, with your kind permission, Chair, there is under the Urban Areas and Cities Act, that is Section 11 on the Principles of Governance and Management, and paragraph B. That paragraph be recognized is on the governance and management of urban areas and cities shall be based on the following principles, and there are a number of principles, but for now we concentrate on paragraph B. One of them is the recognition of the principal and agency relationship between the boards of urban areas and cities and their respective county governments, including carrying out by board of such functions as may be delegated by the county government, financial accountability to the county government, and the governance by each board for and on behalf of the county government. So in essence, the counties are the principals, and the municipalities are the agencies. So in a way, they should have a working arrangement on agreement on how they are going to share their resources, and the county governments are supposed to ensure that there is some level of autonomy in the running of the municipalities, and the municipalities are supposed to be accountable to the county governments in the way they run their affairs. And then there is Section 12 rather on the management of cities and municipalities that provides for the board and the manager and other staff as the county public service may determine. And then of concern maybe would also be Section 20 on the functional autonomy of the county governments, of the municipalities rather, where the boards are given a lot of functions to do. And then there is also their powers of those boards that are Section 21 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act. And then under section that is under part 6 of the same act, that is Urban Areas and Cities Act. It provides for the financial provisions where the county assembly is supposed to allocate the municipalities rather the monies to run their functions, and also considering that the municipalities will have getting money from the functions that they render. So in all the county assemblies now do budget for these municipalities. Thank you, Chair.
All right, Chair, just to conclude on that, Governor, it's not that by giving them autonomy, they are free to do whatever they want, but they will be under your supervision, and you are still given a leeway of sharing these revenues. So I don't see why the governors are really afraid of giving the municipalities autonomy.
Okay, Senator Chimera, I had seen you wanted to speak.
But my colleagues have ably asked some of the questions I wanted to ask. But then maybe I can just quickly understand from the governor, because of the position he sits at COG. Governor, we've noticed this is an issue that most of you are grappling with. Whenever you all appear before us, you seem to have a concern. Let me use very good language. A concern in letting go of the revenue collection function to your municipalities. And unfortunately, it is in the law. I don't know whether, as you sit at COG, would you want to propose amendments to this law? Because as you sit there as governor, if I'm to cede control of the any municipality from where I come from, then I'm a lame duck governor, so to speak. I don't have revenue collection functions. Then I cease being the governor. I should become governor for Kwale. Is it something you've discussed as governors and you feel we should amend the law for you, so that then now you balance the way you've ably explained to us? Just the balance, I think, is crucial in making sure the gentleman runs his functions and you do yours and the revenue collection is well done. Otherwise, we'll have this query appearing in all the counties over and over again if you don't do something about the law. So maybe you can just comment on the law as it is, and if you feel we should, and your senator is here, by the way, he can help you in moving the amendment so that you are safer moving forward. Thank you, Chair.
Members, we, at the interest of time, yeah? Senator Kisang, 1 minute.
Just, I wanted to add to what Senator Jimera said. You know, for Wajir County, the municipality could be struggling. The own source revenue is not supposed to run the municipality. But you see, the other counties where the municipality actually generates a lot of resources that the governors depend on. So, you know, yours is unique. Like Nairobi County, basically, is own source revenue is what they depend on. You go to Mombasa, the same. So that's why we are saying if there is an issue with the law that you believe this agency, we can do amendments so that, you know, there's some shareable, you know, you can agree on how much the municipality, they'll do the collection, but how much revenue that will be shared between your corporation, which is basically the municipality, and the executive, especially for the other counties. Because for you, you'll still have to support your municipality.
Okay, thank you. Last contribution from the Senator.
Chair, I want to maybe ask one question from the municipality manager. Can you be able to tell this committee how much money you have collected from the municipality for the last 1 year or financial year? Are you able to tell us? Or your own source, not the one for the general one? The revenue collected, I mean the municipality manager can be able to tell us how much money has collected for the last 1 year or previous years. So in case we can have a target. Or are you giving any target?
I think that one was responded to.
No. We want to know the amount of money.
He will respond after I've responded to the other matters. Chair. Chair, with the indulgence, you know, sometimes I get chided here for being chair of council. You know, I'm here as governor of Wajir. In fact, I'm looking very much forward to the end of my term. Because I'm able to separate the chairmanship and the governorship. But it looks like some of the senators are not. Because a lot of times when I come here, I take flack for being chair of council. Someone has to do this job. But where there's a clarification required in good faith for the sake of understanding, I am willing to engage. Chair, as Senator Kipsang has noted, probably there are municipalities that generate a lot of resources, and then the question of letting go, as raised by Senator Muthama, will come in. In my case, if I wasn't going to let go, or if I was holding on, I will not have given them the expenditure side. Because I am giving them the money to carry out their work, knowing that they cannot generate sufficient revenue to meet those expenditures. As I said, we are a small county, right? Our tax to GDP is still very low, and it's not very easy to collect levies and taxes in our setting. So I have to support these functions. Not only the municipality, even the hospital, where now we're told you must open an account for every dispensary, and there was a promise that from the SHA funding, hospitals will be semi-autonomous. It is not the reality on the ground. We must support these hospitals from our equitable share. So, but as to what the scenario will be in the case of, say, Mombasa or Nairobi or Kisumu for that matter, that's something we've never really discussed that as a council, but it's something we can explore. Because if then, because Nairobi is a city county, so if revenue collection and revenue expenditure is all entirely under the city manager, then the question would be, will there be the need for a governor in Nairobi? I think those are issues we can explore together from a practical perspective. As for the question asked by the senator, the municipality manager will answer. I have said that except for the hospitals, all other revenue is currently under the revenue department. So the only accounts this fella has is expenditure accounts and probably special purposes accounts at times for the implementation of certain donor projects, but he has no revenue accounts. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think that one is has been handled. If auditor, you can go to the issue of internal audit function so that we move to the next institution.
Yeah, Chair, sorry, I might, judging from the responses from the governor on the revenue collection bit and what the legal officer has read to us, we might need to make a direction as a committee on what the governor needs to do to making sure that that function is transferred to the municipality. Otherwise, if we let it hang like that, then we are more or less telling him whatever he's doing is okay, and the law is saying something else.
All right. The committee will take a position on that, Secretariat. Yeah. All right. Auditor.
And Chair, kindly, Governor, don't take offense even when we talk about the COG, because we are defenders of devolution, we senators, and we want you to come up with amendments where you feel the law is not doing justice to you, and you bring it to us and we amend it, Governor.
Yes,
so don't
Senator.
take offense.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Senator, but let's be fair to the governor. He's here as governor of Wajir. When we interact with COG, then we will engage the governor at that level.
Chair, thank you very much for coming. Senator Muthama, your comments are always very professional and nice. I think it's my brother, Senator Chimera, that has an issue with me being a governor. We'll speak about it as with being chair of council.
All right.
That's on a light note.
Yeah. Okay. Auditor, on the issue of the internal audit.
Concerning the issue of the internal audit,
you can just make a comment because of time.
Okay.
Then the governor will respond and we move to the next institution.
We had agreed in the earlier meetings that things that touch on policies, we just give them recommendations. Yeah, so that we don't have to spend a lot of time on the same.
so concerning the issue of the internal audit, we initially raised that the municipality did not have an internal audit function, but through the response to this invitation, we were able to see a letter of a secondment of an internal auditor from the county government. Yeah.
Actually, maybe we should also have included the issue of the risk management policy so that we sum it up.
Yes. Even the issue of according to our analysis, it has been addressed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. At the time of the audit, there was no internal auditor in place within the municipality. Subsequently, an internal auditor from the County Directorate of Internal Audit was seconded to municipality to provide internal audit services. The secondment was formalized through an official letter of secondment in Annexure 6. There's a separate bundle for the annexures, and you can see we seconded CPA Omar Abdi Sabdo as internal auditor to the municipality, and we usually do this to support them, for public health, even for engineering, for internal audit. When they don't have someone, we support them by seconding someone. Thank you.
All right, members, I believe that's straightforward. So we can now move to the water company.
Thank you, Chair. I want to go straight to the issues which has not been addressed, and it is issue number 2 under the other matter. Issue number 2 and other matter. I want to read it under collection of revenue. The statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income reflects operating revenue amounting to 24,806.29. However, the actual amount received in respect of operating revenue was Kenya shillings 18,614,585, resulting in uncollected revenue, that is in brackets, additional receivables of Kenya shillings 6,186,044. The low rate of revenue collection may negatively affect the operations of the company's cash flow, which may impact on service delivery. Thank you, Chair.
Right, Governor.
Thank you, Chair. Our response, Chair, the under-collection of revenue is due to severe drought conditions that have disrupted livelihoods, resistance from community and unwillingness to settle bills, perception that water is a free natural resource. The management has developed future operational plans that will enhance collection efficiency and improve service delivery by regular debt recovery and reinforcement of debt collection via water police units, community sensitization programs to support the water company, exploring the option of engaging private debt collectors or auctioneers. Madam Chair, if you'll allow me to just explain that a bit further. The water ecosystem of Wajir is composed of two things. One is, probably three, I would say. One is shallow wells within the 4 mile radius. Because sometimes people say there's a lot of water in Wajir, it's very close to the service, but that's just within the town. And even that is receding and it's getting polluted because of how people have historically handled sewage. But we reckon that Wajir is 56,000 square kilometers. And it has no lakes and no permanent rivers. Madam Chair, with AI today, you can just Google in every county what are the permanent rivers. Because the last couple of weeks we've taken a lot of heat because of the politics of things about how we manage water and how people suffering from drought. AI will tell you that there are 49 permanent rivers in Nyeri County because of its proximity to the Abadeas. In Wajir, it will tell you there's one seasonal river called Ewasunyiro, which is dry most of the time. So what we use is deep boreholes. And at close to 400 boreholes now, it's got the largest or the highest cover of boreholes in that part of the country. But the challenge we have, because we are drilling these boreholes deep in the communities' grazing territories and small settlements, once we drill the borehole, it becomes nearly impossible. It becomes a fight with the community to charge for the water. So we've been trying to get a lot of these boreholes under the armpit of the water company, but it's not been very easy. And then when severe droughts hit every so often, there's the moral question of whether you should actually charge for water. As we speak today, we are tracking water for free. So there's always that conflict between eliminating free water and the realities on the ground. This is what this is trying to address. And then the other third source of water is ponds, earth ponds. When it rains, there's so many earth ponds, both private and public, that people then move away from the water boreholes. And then the revenue dips because no one is using the boreholes as much. So we're in this cycle. It's not water that is centralized and piped. We've tried to do piping in a few settlements, but the nature of our territory and the reality, Senator Kipsang might understand that, because I have also been to, and yourself, Chair, because even in the Maasai territory, you know how it works. There are ponds and private ponds, and it's even abominable to charge people for water in the ponds. So this is what we're trying to say here. Yes, we want to raise revenue, but you can't also raise revenue from someone you're giving free water. Yeah.
All right. Auditor, are you satisfied with that response?
Thank you, Chair. We wanted to bring to attention that Wajir, being a company, yes, it may experience some challenges, but as a company, there is a point where we would want to see whether it can sustain its own. And that's the concern of the collection of revenue. And the point that to what extent can people be sensitized to know that water is not free? There are some expenses which are incurred to bring water to them. Yeah.
Members, because I'm particularly conflicted on this one, because the true situation in our place is like Wajir. Even in your own private borehole, you cannot charge water in our
proposal, Chair.
Chair, before Senator Kisang makes a proposal, I've just noted with concern on the management response point 2, and that is where you are saying you are also conflicted. My concern is, when the company was taking over, was there proper public participation to the community? Because if it was done properly, I don't expect resistance and unwillingness. B of the same, Chair, is which type of meters are they using, if any, for the water? Because there are meters that would allow those who are taking the meter readings and delivering bills would just be easy, and the others that would make sure that they must knock the doors and get to the residents so that they would deliver the bills. Those are my two concerns, Chair. Thank you.
Chair, my proposal is, because also in Elgeyo-Marakwet County, and I know you are becoming a governor soon, I don't intend, is maybe then governor, as rural counties, especially the northern Kenya and the part of Rift Valley, that maybe as a policy, you can also come up with a policy where these water companies, you can charge the urban areas, you build them, and then rural areas, you do a policy to give them free water so that these audits don't arise.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, even the little revenue that you see is actually from the urban areas. It's for the bigger towns where we've been able to do some piping and some metering. On which type of meters, I think I'll let the CEO address that. But Chair, the situation is so bad that when we try to take over a borehole, there's also counter mobilization against that by the local brokers and at times even the chiefs, because these operators, take as if the borehole is theirs, yet the borehole is drilled by the county. And it gets so bad that sometimes they even refuse to participate in programs that are helpful to them. Like even expanding the piping, for instance. And under the law, there is public participation. You have to convince people. You can't try and do it forcefully everywhere. So these are practical challenges of being a governor in those spaces. I have one instance where they refused to hand over a borehole that we wanted to put under a program called the Horn of Africa Initiative, which was to expand. And they were violent about it. The next day, the borehole collapsed. And they are all in front of my office now pleading that I drill another borehole under emergency. So these are things that I'm saying this so that you understand that the operating environment is totally different. Having said that, where we're able to charge, Chair, I haven't contemplated dissolving the company. Frankly, I have contemplated dissolving the company and giving every borehole that we do for free to the public. But the company is also participating in donor programs that have ongoing projects. And at times these donors require you to have a water company to participate in those programs. So this is the reality. But we are trying our best. We have tried to reduce, to offload excessive staff. When I came in, there was 500 plus. We sent away over, I think, 200, 300 people. We were taken to court. We went into an out-of-court settlement to just try and reduce its expenditure. So within the practical reality, we are doing what we can. Yeah.
All right. Yes, Senator Wajir.
I think, Chair,
the manager was to respond to something.
Concur with the governor. Actually, having a water company in that place and to generate money becomes very difficult. For one, even in the municipality, each household has its own shallow well. So when you say that, then you're going to charge them. It becomes very difficult. And also, the boreholes. Some of them have been existing, some of them, majority have been drilled by the county. And it's community owned, managed. So it has become a cash cow for the community elders and the community members who are planning those things. So when you say that you're going to charge, they become wild. And it goes to, have more or less like an ownership and tribalism and clanism, all things appear. So as rightly said, I think I'm not seeing the purpose of even having the company there. After that, maybe the project will be over. Wajir will not be able to survive and so on. So, Governor, I don't know what you're going to do. That company will not be viable to sustain itself anymore. If the World Bank projects are over, then I think you have to think about it, what you're going to do.
Yeah. All right. Go on. Yeah.
Sorry, just a quick one. I think this one we may need to understand, and I really understand what the governor is going through. Seriously, when we talk about water and the marginalized counties, water is life. So he's on catch-22. You give or you don't, and you cannot, of course, deny them at the same time. So yeah, it's just a thorny issue that we need to understand what he's going through, and maybe even try to see how we can provide that support and maybe advise on how on way forward, because already the community sensitization is going on. What Senator Beth was saying, the public participation, he plans to do that. And I think when we look at his way forward on debt recovery, community sensitization, and exploring the options of engaging private debt collectors, is way forward. But we know definitely, water is key in those areas. Thank you.
I think also this is where county assemblies should be coming in, so that they do laws customized, to fit those counties. I think that's why we have the diversity of counties, because we cannot have a one-fit-all kind of system. This is really where the county assemblies should come in to rescue, such unique situations. I think, Auditor, if you can take us to the next substantive issue. I don't know whether it's excessive wage bill but you can take us through. Okay.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted for the issues which the management has responded and we feel that they, to some extent, been addressed, I can guide. Then we go to the one which is not being addressed. Like the issue of the excessive wage bill, the governor has already explained that they started with 700 and they are progressively offloading people. The issue of non-revenue water, they started at 80% in 2022-2023. They came to 60% in 2023-2024, and now they are at 45. They are doing well. Then we can go to the issue on long outstanding trade and other payables. I think that one I can read so that we can get to understand the response. Long outstanding trade and other payables. The statement of financial position reflects trade and other payables balances of Kenya shillings 541,120,611 as reflected under note 18 to the financial statement. The balance includes trade payables balance of Kenya shillings 192,250,789, which were outstanding since 2017-2018. No satisfactory explanation was given for the failure to treat the payables as first charge on the budget and ensure that they are settled during the year under review. This was contrary to Regulation 41(2) of Public Finance Management Act, County Government Regulations 2015, which provides that debt service payments shall be a first charge on the county revenue fund, and the accounting officer shall ensure that this is done to the extent possible that the county government does not default on debt obligations. In the circumstances, management was in breach of law. In addition, failure to settle payables within agreed timelines exposes the company to possible losses in case of litigations against the company by aggravated parties. Thank you, Chairman.
All right, management.
Chair, these historical pending bills dating back to financial year 2017-2018 onwards all the way to financial year 2020-2021, the Board of Management is engaging County Executive through Department of Water for a rebudgeting and consideration for settlements of these pending bills. Chair, this is only part of the story. Chair, I was governor in 13-17 and I was out for 5 years and I came back, and when I came back, and this is a story that probably some of the other Senate committees know, like the park, I came back to a situation of a collapsed system and incomplete records with claims of 9 billion shillings in pending bills. And there are two sides to the story of pending bills in counties. There's genuine pending bills which shouldn't really be there if there's fiscal discipline, because counties are not allowed to run a deficit budget, unlike the national government. but there are also pending bills as a result of fiscal mismanagement, and some of them are fictitious. And at times when a regime transitions, it becomes impossible to prove some of those pending bills, especially where they do not relate to physical infrastructure. And because the releases and disbursements are on month by month, when a county is left with such unexplained pending bills, in the next 5 years they will do nothing else other than just paying those bills, whether they're genuine or not genuine. So the approach we have taken as Wajir County is that we provide what is reasonable, because we also have to continue providing services every financial year. And we've said even all the audits that were either done by the Auditor General, or even when we have to call management consultants to come and look at those figures, they have never really given one figure. A lot of the time they say some of these things are impossible to audit. So we said, why not start with what is verifiable? And we've been paying something every single year, from boreholes that are supplying water, to classrooms that can be seen, to dispensaries that can be seen. And this is how we have been reducing every single year. And because the water company does not generate a lot of its own source of revenue, whatever we give is never really, most of the time, sufficient to deal with pending bills and their operations. We have now consciously decided to transfer this money to the executive side, so that we include it in the pending bills that we're providing for water at the executive level. But that is my situation. We are not adding to the pending bills problem of Wajir. I am chipping off from the old balance. I pay my bills on time. But again, that's the vagaries of democracy, and the system being still institutionally infant. Because ideally, the fact that this transition shouldn't result in this kind of thing, but it will be impractical for me to pay 9 billion pending bill, and I can say most of it is also not genuine. And this is the reality. Even the auditors, this is a conversation I'm willing to have, as to whether they've ever really come up with a true pending bill number for Wajir for the period between 2017 to 2022. So this is the reality. We are paying what is genuine within the practicality of our budget. Thank you.
All right. Auditor, you satisfied with that response?
Thank you, Chair. We also agree that the fact that figures appear in financial statements, it is not prudent for the management to go and just pay. They indeed demonstrate to us that they are doing something to verify and pay, but we really wanted also the committee to know this. Thank you.
All right. Members? Yes, Senator Wajir. Senator Bass, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you so much, Chair. Chair, one thing is actually, it's true that Governor when was in first time he was there, and we had very few bills. In any case, you expect in any institution there's dynamics. The politics change after the governors are supposed to come in after 10 years. And I think it's not right for the governor to say that he's going to pay all his bills. The bills are committed on behalf of the government of Wajir. But Yes, true. It's about 7 to 9 billion shillings that was stated, pending bills. But however, Chair, I personally sat with the governor when I came in, and we agreed that we verify all these bills, pending bills. And we actually brought in an auditor, I don't know what they were calling it, to verify all statistics, to show what is genuine and what is not genuine. It became very difficult, but of course, the report gave at least a starting point. The governor went further after finding that some physical existing structures, work that has been done, was omitted in that report. And thereafter, we had to again engage some of his staff that who understand these things, and then bring in an addendum to verify the same bills. The same bills have been verified, Honorable Chair. And again, it went further, that we have to engage actually the assembly members to go physically and visit every place to verify whether those bills are genuine or not genuine, whether the structures were there or not there. And they did also. They came with a report. And, you know, unfortunately, today we still have a huge pending bill that has been carried out from 2013 to date. Of course, he has been paying some. And as a result of that pending bill, you know, when you do business with me, I have to pay your money. When you do business with the county government, the money has to be paid. And what happened is that there are people who even lost their own life because of depression. There are people who went, ran away from the county because they could not be able to meet the obligation to pay the hardwares and all these things. There are people who want their kids lost to school, are not going to school. So it is not in order for the governor to say he will only be paying his bills, because this is a system. This is a government. The government has a continuity. That if he leaves today, he's going to leave bills differently. So every governor, if he comes and says that he's going to pay only his, I think that is not going to run this country. Today, I know we have about up to 3 billion shillings outstanding bills. And that has gone way back from 2013. And then the other government came in, they executed and they did whatever he did. I know what they have done, and he knows very well. But of course, that is not genuine to say we will not pay the bills. Honorable Chair, I would request the governor. He knows exactly, because you'll see physical structures that are existing. LCD classes, stadiums, water points, troughs, which are not being paid for. So I don't know what criteria they normally use to pay their money. But of course, there's a huge bill that are pending, and you have only one financial name, Governor.
All right.
So tell this committee, what are you going to do on that kind of bill? You cannot say you'll only pay your bills, because the next governor will be able to pay also your bills, because this thing belongs to the public, and the businessmen who invested in the county are suffering.
All right, but I thought the governor said they are going to pay verifiable bills, and he's also going to make sure at this time he's not going to accumulate more bills. I think that's what I got.
Chair, I say that this thing has already been verified. The governor was supposed to pay every financial year a certain amount that we all agreed as leaders. But that obligation was not met.
No, Chair, I wanted to echo the same what you have said.
Yes.
I thought that's what I understood what the governor said, that he has, he's making attempts. And I think he has put it here very clearly that the Board of Management is engaging executive through Department of Water Budgeting for consideration for settlement of these pending bills. So he has not said that he's not going to settle. I mean, that's what I've understood, Senator.
No, Chair, with all due respect, you are not getting me.
Okay.
We have done the verifications on these pending bills.
Yes.
3 times.
Yes.
But of course, the commitment that the governor was supposed to pay this money was not done. The bill is still pending.
Maybe we should allow the governor to speak for himself.
Thank you very much. Chair, I don't want to start giving examples of pending bills that we paid, which the senator is already aware of himself. And but I want to say and put this on Hansard record that since coming into office, we have paid over 700 million shillings of pending bills. Because this was a situation that was really unprecedented, and because, as he said, the records were incomplete and they ran both ways. You'll find things that are in the recorded liabilities which are not physically on the ground. You'll also see things that are physically on the ground but they have not been recorded anywhere, and we have a county to run and services to provide for this term. We balance between keeping the operations going and dealing with the historical pending bills. And we have been paying. And we even go further and split what we pay between amounts that we pay per sub-county, targeting the small creditors, the ones who have built a classroom, a toilet, a dispensary, and the bigger contractors, some of whom their physical work can be seen. Sometimes, even when you put something in the budget, it takes a bit of time to get access to that money to pay, because pending bill releases is also taken through a very stringent process at the Comptroller's office. But surely, Madam Chair, if I have paid 700 million shillings relating to pending bills that were inherited prior to in 2022, as for the comment of pending bills being there from 2013 onwards, the record is very clear. Because when I handed over in 2017, there was something called Assumption of Office Committee. Those reports are available. And also, the money that I left in the bank, I left money in the bank, couple hundred millions, which was enough to offset the pending bills that I left. But when I inherited, I didn't find a shilling in the account, and yet there was 9 billion people were claiming. And all these audits that the senator speaks to, none of them is foolproof.
I think it will be good for us not to go to the larger issue of pending bills in Wajir. Let's handle the audit issue at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Madam Chair, the last audit report before I came in this time was for financial year 2021. No, it's 2021, 2022. Because the elections were in August, and the audited accounts are dated, the cutoff is 30th of June 2022. According to those that audit report, the only pending bills in total which the auditors recognized was 1.3 billion, of which 700 related to statutory. And I have paid over 700 relating to non-statutory. So if those records were correct, I'll actually have paid everything relating to the public that the auditor had recognized. But Madam Chair, on a light note, and I don't want my senator to take this personally because I respect him, he's also my elder. You know he wants to run for governor, so he's hoping that I clear these things before he comes in. It's not possible.
No. But, Chair,
It is the law. It is the law. It's following the law.
Chair, please. Listen to me. This is actually...
It's not a crime. It's not a crime to run for governor.
You're right. That's been realized also on the side. Chair, this is a committee of public investment that is taking responsibility for whatever investment is taking place in Kenya. I mean, from countries. If today you are a contractor and you have actually contracted, agreement has been signed, you have committed money, and your money is still pending for 10 years. Honestly, what will you do? My brother is telling us that he has received 1.6 only. It's not true. He did his own audit. And we did audit. We agreed and sat down as leaders, me and him. And we said this money is going to pay and commit 500 million every time. 500 million, if we have paid it, by today he would have cleared that money. Yeah. He made his own commitment.
We hear you,
so
Senator.
there is no excuse of telling us that, you know...
We hear you, Senator, but
as is of committee of public service, I mean, the committee of public investment.
You know, I'm really restricted to stay within.
There's nothing called restricted. This is your oversight. This is a committee of oversight.
Yes.
So you also go out your way.
No, Chair.
Yes, you have to. Money has been committed on behalf of the
country. We hear you.
Yes.
We hear you, and you have put it on record. But kindly, let's concentrate on the audit issue, please. Auditor, yeah.
Can Controller of Budget comment something on this issue, please?
Thank you, Chair. To respond to the Senator's question, it is a requirement by counties every year to provide a pending bill plan each year. So whenever any requisition is being approved, we have to have that pending bill plan for us to make reference to. And of course, it's not all the counties that follow the plan that is actually submitted to the office. And maybe to be specific about Wajir County, I may need to confirm with the office the pending bill plan that was submitted and how much they have been able to follow in terms of payment of the pending bills.
But Controller Budget, before you approve any project, do you always make sure that there's money for that project before approving for the project to be implemented at the county level? And Chair, I need you to make a ruling also about what the Controller of Budget has just said, that she'll go back and check about Wajir and communicate with this committee kindly.
Okay. You want to respond to her before I make a ruling?
Yeah, she has asked a question. If we always ensure that there is money for a specific project, well, we always give approvals towards payment of pending bills as long as there is money in the CRF. And that is what we always use. As long as there is money in the CRF and a county has made a requisition, and of course they have submitted a work plan for the pending bills. So those are the documents that guides us.
All right. Thank you. The reason why I'm asking this, Chair, is not particularly on Wajir, but across the counties, because pending bills has become something in all the counties, including Machakos, my county. And people are dying, like you've heard the Senator saying, somebody has delivered the services, and for 10 years he has not been paid. These guys are taking loans from banks, and the banks are running after them. Some of them have died. Some others are, going through depression and high blood pressure because of the loans that they've taken. So that is why you are insisting on the pending bills.
Chair.
Yeah.
Well, one thing is we have here regulations. According to the PFM Act, Regulation 41(2), all pending bills shall be given first charge. Every financial year, we must clear the pending bills. Yeah. So there is no excuse. It is not at the sympathy of anybody. At a prerogative of any governor. This bill has to be paid. But they're not doing it.
No. Before this committee, at the moment, we cannot make a ruling on the issue of all pending bills in Wajir because we have no with what is before us, the special funds, the municipality, the water company, and that is if we can allow the lady from the control of far as pending bills in these companies, so that we remain specific to the companies, the special funds we are handling. Okay, the rest at the Senate House, a query can always be brought about Wajir and the general issue of pending bills. For now, let's be specific to the special funds we are handling.
Been implemented by the Control of Budget and Treasury, where when counties submit payments for approval, when they are approved, they go back to the counties. There was supposed to be a tweak in the IPMIS so that, the governors cannot substitute those particular payments and pay another contractor. I thought that is what was agreed, and I believe it should be in place.
Chair, I want to put a few things on record. I am not contesting the fact that the county government exists in perpetual, and it's a perpetual succession. But the same law also criminalizes committing government to liabilities for which there is no budget. I have never heard my senator speak about how Wajir was committed to 9 billion shillings in 5 years and there's no money left in the CRF account to address those liabilities. I was away. This mess largely happened while I was away. I'm able to explain my numbers. Chair, also, the fact that someone has an LSO or an award does not necessarily mean the work was done. And my senator knows what I'm talking about. At times, an elder will come to you and tell you, I have 7 LSOs, pay me. You tell him, mzee wewe na kuheshimu, unaweza hapa kwa Quran, anakuambia nilifanya moja peke yake. This is the situation I inherited. I'm doing my best. Some of it, maybe if he's lucky to become governor, he'll have to handle it.
We really need to conclude because we have 2 counties coming in, and auditor, if we can conclude the matter.
Thank you, Chair. The remaining 5 issues.
We don't want it to be a contest between the governor and the area senator. I think that contest can be taken elsewhere. Let's be specific on what we are dealing with.
Thank you, Chair. The remaining 5 issues I would wish to guide the committee so that we can save on time. Is the issues which the management has reasonably given response to an extent that we felt they were partially addressed. Nonetheless, I can quickly take to you.
Yes.
And if maybe you would wish to narrow on one, you can guide.
If you can talk about, if you can have
a proposal. Maybe, the auditor said they are reasonable partially addressed. Then can we then propose we take the written submissions? If there is anything additional that we need, we write to them to clarify before we do our report.
Well guided, well guided.
Listen,
I support.
If we can have the auditor handle number 9, the use of unapproved water tariffs, and number 11, provision of water services, so that we conclude with those. provision of water services without a license. And number 9 and 11, auditor.
So Chair, even 10 is not addressed. 10 is not addressed about PWDs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. On provision of water without a license, with provision of water services without a license, review of certificate of operations of the company revealed that the company license expired on 29 September 2019, and therefore the company was operating without a valid license from regulatory board, contrary to Section 85(1) of Water Act 2016. This is contrary to Section 85(1) of Water Act 2016, which states that a person shall not provide water services except under a license issued by regulatory board. In circumstances, management was in breach of the law. I think I have learned provision of water without a license. I will read the other one, which was even before that. It is also somehow related to the same. Use of an approved water tariff. Review of records provided for audit revealed that the company charged an approved water tariff ranging from Kenya shillings 125 to 150 per cubic meter on metered customers, a flat rate charge of Kenya shillings 1,000 on unmetered customers per month, and undefined rate for livestock watering. However, management did not seek approval for the tariff from the Water Services Regulatory Board, WASLEB. This was contrary to Section 72(1)(b) of Water Act 2016, which states that the powers and functions of the Water Service Regulatory Board include evaluation and recommendation of water and sewerage tariffs to the county water services providers and approve imposition of such tariffs in line with consumer protection standards. In circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Thank you.
Governor, for us to save on time because we are waiting for Nanti and Baringo to come in, kindly just give your response, if you can comment about the two issues, the issue of tariffs and the issue of the license.
Madam Chair, the two are tied together. The tariffs were used to address operational recovery and sustainability challenges faced by the company. However, we recognize the approval from WASREP is mandatory before implementation of any tariff changes. A formal application for tariff review and approval has been prepared and submitted to WASREP. There's a meeting slated for 30th of January 2026, and we're hoping that the license and the tariff will be in place by March. In any case, we are not charging for most of the water that we give. Thank you.
License?
And in the next year, you'll find the letter to WASREP, the acknowledgement received from them, and the confirmation mail for public participation, because even them, they have to come to the ground to do public participation.
Have you commented on the license? Their tariff.
After they approve your tariff is when they give you the license, renew the license, yeah.
Okay. All right. You satisfied?
Yes.
Your members?
Let us have seen.
Because we are concluding. Let's say a comment on 10. A comment on number 10.
Yes.
I
Auditor.
can read, yeah.
Very fast.
Yeah, we are on non-compliance with provision on employment of persons living with disabilities. Review of personnel records indicated that the company had 229 employees, out of whom only 3 were persons living with disabilities. representing 1% of the company's workforce. This is contrary to the requirement by Section 51E of the Persons with Disability Act 2025, which provides that every county government shall promote the inclusion of persons with disability in the county public service by putting in place measures to ensure that at least 5% of the employment positions are filled by the persons with disability. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law.
Governor, if you can just comment about it.
Chair, the current representation of persons with disabilities is below the statutory threshold due to lack of funding to carry out new recruitment. Company is committed to promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. Chair, as I said, a lot of the people were people we found in place the last 5 years. I left this company with 56 people. I came back and found 500. I've taken out 300. I'm trying not to recruit more because it's not making money. But should there be an opportunity that arises to recruit people, we will be fair to people with disability. Thank you.
Chair, just a general comment. Actually, we had invited the governor to the Equal Opportunities National Cohesion Committee, and he made a commitment. So we are closely monitoring because he made a commitment, and I'm sure he is going to fulfill it.
All right, members, we are really pressed with time unless you want us.
Chair, I raised that. Let me comment kindly. Governor, I would so much request when an opportunity arises, you consider those people. Yes. And even if not to employ them permanently, give them tenders to supply things, because PWDs are really oppressed. They don't get their space anywhere. Thank you.
I think the governor has committed himself to that, unless we have concluded on the issue of the water company. And I want to give direction on the other companies because of time. The committee will take written submissions, the responses, and we will write to the governor for more clarifications if we will need. And if we will need more clarifications, we can still invite back the governor. That is on the water, Wajir County Referral Hospital, Wajir Bursary Fund, Wajir Climate Fund, and the Disaster Management Fund. All right? Yeah. Yes, I've mentioned it. I've said the Referral Hospital, Bursary Fund, the Climate Fund, and the Disaster Management Fund. So we will take written submissions. Governor, we will write to you if we need more clarifications, and if it's needed, we will reinvite you.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, by way of final comments, just two things. One, Senator Muthama, I want to assure you that we'll do our best. It may interest you to know that we probably are the only county that has a disability fund. I pay a stipend of 4,000 shillings, 4,500 shillings per month to families taking care of people with severe disability, and it's on a check of system directly to their M-Pesa from the bank, and we've even gotten UN recognition for that. So I want to support people with disability. Madam Chair, of the reports submitted to you, and there are 13 in number, 5 of those reports have a clean audit opinion, unqualified. So for a county that's struggling with 9 billion shillings spending bills from the past 5 years, getting 5, partly paying Senator Abbas, and you know there are even some touching on you that I paid. And don't be personal. And we are trying our best, senators. I want to assure you that Wajir County will endeavor to do the right things for the right reasons, because I am also seized of the fact that when someone with the title of FCPA messes up, he has a higher reputational risk. And those that stole my election in 2017 will personally also bear some responsibility in the year after for the mess that has occurred in Wajir County. We'll not ask Senator Abbas which side he was. I ended there.
Right, I think,
10 minutes.
yeah, 10 minutes, and we will be back, senators. But Wajir County is released.